Step up, step up. Step up, step up, step up. Saw the screen glow green. Thought I had the code. One tap, one grin. Then I doubled my load. Borrowed time, borrowed pride. Pushed it to the edge with my finger on the slide. Fresh white shoes on a shaky floor. One more click, I was asking for more. Big talk, big ring, thin as smoke. I was dancing with fire and I felt that choke. Heart in my throat, hand on the wheel. I kept saying maybe, like maybe it was real. One more swing, one more spin. The house was smiling, letting me in. Bet it all, bet it all, bet it all, baby. Bet it all, bet it all, bet it all, maybe. Ride too high, burn too fast. Cash in my pockets, gone in the blast. Bet it all, bet it all, bet it all, baby. Bet it all, baby. Now the room went cold when the line turned red. Tall, tall dreams fell down like a stack of lead. I chased that shine through a hungry rush. Found a velvet trap in a glossy crush. Every win got loud, every loss got mean. I was rich for a second, then I split the scene. No chain, no crown, no lucky hand. Just a mouth full of dust where my promise had been. Oh, heart in my throat, hand on the wheel. I kept saying maybe, like maybe it was real. One more swing, one more spin. The house was smiling, letting me in. Bet it all, bet it all, bet it all, baby. Bet it all, bet it all, bet it all, maybe. Ride too high, burn too fast. Cash in my pockets, gone in the blast. Bet it all, bet it all, bet it all, baby. I learned the hard way what hunger can do. It puts on a diamond face, then it runs right through you. One step back, one breath in, a little less thunder, a little more skin. No more craving, no more show. I want my feet on the ground, where the real ones grow. Bet it all, bet it all, bet it all, baby. Bet it all, bet it all, bet it all, maybe. Ride too high, burn too fast. Cash in my pockets, gone in the blast. Bet it all, bet it all, bet it all, baby. I burned my lesson, now I know. Bet it all, and watch it go. Step up, step up, step up. Step up, step up. keep your feet on ground. Or to stack up and to slip away. Every tick a test, every second pace. Woo! I can feel that roar through the iron door. Everybody praying for a little more. Hold your breath now. Read the tape fast. One wrong move and it won't last. Open fire. Open fire. Keep your name above the wire. Open fire. Open fire. Live through the mocking choir. Win some, lose some, stay in line. Take the hit, then take your time. Open fire. Open fire. Hold your name above the wire. Buy-side sharks in the morning crush. Sell-side wolves in a sudden rush. Every green candle looks like a dare. Every red drop cuts the crowded air. Try to move clean in the panic storm. Stay alive when the numbers swarm. Grip that plan like a steel front gate. One deep breath can change your fate. Hold your breath now. Read the tape fast. One wrong move and it won't last. Open fire. Open fire. Keep your name above the wire. Open fire. Open fire. Live through the market choir. Win some, lose some, stay in line. Take the hit, then take your time. Open fire. Open fire. Hold your name above the wire. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Come on, come on. Congas roll. Claps cut hard. Eyes on price. Oh, hands on guard. When the floor starts shaking and the whole thing spins. You don't chase the noise. You let the truth win. Open fire. Open fire. Keep your name above the wire. Open fire. Open fire. Live through the market choir. Win some, lose some, stay in line. Take the hit, then take your time. Open fire. Open fire. Hold your name above the wire.
All right. We like the new New York Open anthem. I'm loving this new song. I just made it yesterday. We're calling it Open Fire because I basically had the AI write a song for the New York Open. I said it's like being in a battle, building by building battle, right? It's being in an urban guerrilla warfare battle. So I thought it was a pretty good song. How's everybody liking it? You like it? Good morning, everybody. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Great show for you guys today. We really killed it in Europe. I'm going to tell you exactly the structure that I'm trading with now. That is just so simple and clear. Now, this is as a result of just like massive data work that I did with Claude on the actual structure and design of dots, and uncovered a lot of very interesting data points, which I'm going to share with you guys today. Let everybody come in. Big up for the song. You guys like it? Yeah, I love the song. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Who's new in the room here today? I see some new people, new faces. Nice to have you guys with us. It's not Boots on Broadway, but it's all right. Yeah, we'll play that one as well. Good morning, everybody. Good morning. So first of all, usual stuff. Anybody wants the dots file, which by the way is going to be updated. Is not fully updated, and what I'm about to tell you is not in a dots file, but it will be. And it's a really cool way of looking at how to trade the structure. But the basic idea of everything that's in the dots indicators and the dots file. If you want the dots indicator itself, there's like about another 3 or 4 days of free viewing of that. Let me give you my email address. Just send me your name and email and it's your name and trading view ID. Sorry, bktraders.com. And I will set you guys up. I know a few of you guys send it to me in London, and I have not had a chance to take care of you. Oh, I got to trade. Let's do this. Let's see if this is going to work. Hold it. Oh, look how fast that was. That was $30 in less than 2 seconds. Let me show you what I'm doing. I absolutely love this new setup. Okay, but yeah, it's all AI. It's all AI, baby. Our whole life is AI. So, I'm having like this sort of a existential moment because, as you guys know, I use AI all the time for everything we do. And I'm going to share with you some of the cool stuff that I've been able to create with AI. I'm a huge, huge lover of it. But at the same time, I'm reading this book by the guy who actually invented AI. His name is, what is his name? He's super famous. Eliezer Yudowsky. Eliezer Yudowsky. He's literally sort of the Google scientist that invented AI. And the name of the book is "If anyone builds it, everyone dies." Right? And I'm not kidding you. I mean, he's a brilliant guy. It's such an interesting, fascinating book about everything. It's literally not even about AI initially. It's really about the essence of humanity, life, nature, organism, biology, evolution. It's just such an interesting look at how life, civilization, and world develops. And he's certainly got a great mind. But god damn, is it pessimistic, because his basic premise, and it's just very well argued, it's not a kind of a is it he's going to come kill you because it's a big bad monster. He makes a very cogent argument that eventually it's probably going to kill us. So my view is, you know what, I'm going to have a good time while it lasts. That's kind of, I made my peace with it. Maybe it's 50 years, maybe it's 30 years, maybe it's 100 years. In the meantime, I'm going to enjoy whatever carbon-based life we have left in us. And, if they replace us, so be it. That's the nature of life. But, really, really, really interesting book to read. So, Al Gore invented AI. That was very good English. That was very, very good. I think that was the line of the week for you. All right. Very nice. Very nice. That's hilarious. That's really funny. All right. So let me tell you, first of all, show of hands, like a +1. Let me know who's brand new in the room, who kind of like has not been exposed at all to how we scalp the market and pick up trades. Jersey office does not have any sign. Holy shit, is it quiet in Jersey. It is literally the exact opposite of New York. 7 miles away on the bridge, I might as well be living in Mayberry RFD. It is such a complete difference. It's ridiculous. You can leave your Amazon packages for weeks on the stoop. All the cops are like concierge cops. They're like super friendly. Hello, Mr. Schlossberg. Goodbye, Mr. Schlossberg. They're like freaking squirrels and deer and rabbits and every more freaking life than I could possibly bear, and a ton of trees. It's literally ridiculous how different it is 7 miles away from the city. But yeah, it's quiet as a morgue over here, man. So yeah, no sirens. Hey Scott, welcome aboard. Anybody else new in the room? Come on, say hello. Say hello. So if you're new, I just posted in the I'll do it again. I'll put it in chat. This is the dots document that you can kind of read a little bit about. Also, I posted, let's just scroll up in the thread. You can email me, contact.bktraders.com, and I'll give you the access to dots for the next 3 or 4 days, so you can kind of test it. But the basic idea is we trade momentum, right? And we have a whole bunch of decision support tools within this particular indicator. So this indicator, the core of this indicator is the 8 SMA moving average and the VWAP, right? If it's above VWAP, we consider it to be, big trend bullish. If it's below, it's big trend bearish. It really has a very minor impact on stuff. It's just simply an anchoring point to give us an idea if the market is more bearish or more bullish. The key thing is we trade the 1-minute chart, which is obviously very, very sensitive and changes states about every, and this is the key thing, changes states about every 5 to 8 minutes. And it's reflected by the slope. So the SMA, if it has a green slope, that's a positive state. If it has a red slope, it's a negative state, right? So one of the more interesting things when we did a lot of data analytics on the actual indicator is that anything that's like a 3-minute or less slope is a losing proposition. There's no momentum, there's no trend, there's nothing going on really in anything under 5 minutes. Between 5 and 8 minutes is the sweet spot of where you want to be in the segment. In this, each one of these little changes in color is a segment, right? So between 5 and 10 minutes is the sweet spot of the segment, meaning that you're going to get between 15 to 20 points of forward action, up or down, depending on the move. And the really big money is made in the 12-minute to 18-minute segments. And we kind of knew this instinctively, but now I have a lot of data as to when those. That does not happen a lot, unfortunately. That 12-minute to 18-minute segment is only, I believe, like 5% of all data set, which makes sense. You're only going to get trends, really strong, continuous trends, rarely in the structure, right? But having that information is really interesting and really, really valuable, but not enough. The thing that I realized, and the thing that's just made all the frigging difference, is this. What creates a truly viable, tradable segment? And actually, first one to answer that, I have a ton of Apex accounts to give away. I have a $100,000 Apex account to give away right now. First one to answer that properly, I'm going to give you an Apex account right now. So the question I have is, what is the one thing on this chart that you think truly helps you forecast a tradable segment, tradable slope segment? Anybody want to volunteer? I'll wait. I know there's a little bit of a delay, so I'll wait for the answers. Eight SMA? No. The 8 SMA is the segment. No, I'll give you a clue. It's one of the candles. One of the candles gives you a really, really good insight into the no, not the triangle reversal signal. R. No, not R. Not R. But one of the candles gives you a really, really great edge. Yes, Rodney. Rodney, didn't you just win a fucking account? Rodney's been, yes. Okay, and Kyriakos also. Oh my God. 3 of you. Okay, you know what? That's it. Okay, I'm going to give away 3. Actually, hold on a second. Hold on. Rodney, be honest with me. Did you not win a prior thing? I mean, you were the first one up, but you're gonna have to do a gentleman forfeit if you won. If I gave you an account already. Okay, so next time, I promise you, I'll take good care of you. So here's what I'm gonna do. Sanity2, email me, contactbktraders.com, because we need to have your email. And Kyriakos Trader, email me. And Paulette, email me. And Peter and Rodney, I'll take care of you guys later. I promise you. Okay. Jenny, what can I do for you? Hi, can you help me? Just ask away and I'll tell you if I can help you. But anyways, yes. So let me show you how that's done, and how we did this in London, right? This is in London. It's actually a really good time. This has actually been, holy shit! It's just been money. But here's us trading in London. I want to show you something very, very interesting. So the neon candle is what we call a pull away candle. It occurs on the upside and downside when the high doesn't even touch the moving average, to the upside, or the low doesn't touch the moving average on the upside, and the high doesn't touch it on the downside. It's a propulsion mechanism. It's pulling away. It's so strong on selling, so strong on buying, that it's actually pulling away from the moving average. And if you think about it, that's what we need. That condition to create trend, its very essence is deviation from the moving average. The more you pull away, the stronger the trend, right? The more you stay at moving average, you have no trend. So if you don't have, let me show this to you. This was such a great trade for us because we totally avoided in this little segment over here. There was actually one false trade. Guys, oh my God. The only thing I hate about Jersey is the dogs bark at everything. There was one small false trade here. You see there's a neon red candle here, which we actually managed to get out of because I saw that it wasn't really that strong. But this whole segment of time from 5:19 to 5:35, like basically 15, 20 minutes of brutal chop conditions where every sell was a stop out, every buy was a stop out, completely avoided because there was absolutely zero neon candles. And we only got engaged with the market once this green neon candle got printed, right? So the setup that I chose, and this is another part of data, it's contact@bktraders.com. Contact@bktraders.com, right? Just BK Traders and just contact. So the setup that I chose to trade, and this is really partly for my own sanity. You could do completely different variations, but the variation that I'm trading right now is the first neon candle on the new slope change is my entry point. So in this particular case, let's take a look at using the boomer cam. Here we have slope change, no neon candle, slope change, no neon candles, slope change. Here's the neon candle, right? This is the neon candle that would come in. It's very, very small. So we get short this neon candle, right? With a big emergency. And this is for me. You guys can completely modify this setup in 100 different ways. And I'll show you from data analytics some of the interesting things that you could play with. But from a scalp point of view, I'm taking just 5 points of incredibly high probability trade. So what am I doing? I'm getting short over here, right? And my stop is one of two things, whichever comes first. Either a big emergency stop up above around 20, 25 points, or a change in slope. If the slope changes color, I'm out of it right away because that means there's no more selling, right? But because I know that generally this kind of candle forecasts another 3 or 4 minutes of continuous either flat or negative selling pressure, I can confidently, what I basically do, you'll see me, is if I get short over here and I can't get done on the first candle, I will add to the second position as long as the slope stays red and be able to resolve the trade on the third candle, because I am basically trading the regime. I'm trading the regime. Once you kind of start thinking about this, oops, sorry, what did I just do? Oh, sorry. Hang tight, guys, hang tight. I'm trading the regime. And once you get used to trading the regime, it becomes so much easier to make interesting, viable trades. Now, the regime can last far more than 5 minutes. The regime can produce 7, 8, 9 positive scalps. If you're looking at this, this is a green regime. I took the first scalp. You could have taken second, third, fourth, fifth. As long as the regime stays in place, you can just keep scalping up, up, and up, and up, and up, all the way up, right? But I'm not going to do that for two reasons. One, it's really, really, really emotionally and physically taxing because you got to be zoned in all the time. And two, because I find that when I start doing that with you guys, when I'm talking and trading, I fuck up royally. But if I know that there's only one entry for me every 5 to 15 minutes, I'm much more comfortable. It's also, by the way, psychologically just much easier. You're not like, okay, I missed this one. I'll come back in 15 minutes. I'll trade again. I got to go do something. I can come back to the market in the next hour and see what opportunities are. I believe that there's an average of, what did he tell me? 100 trades in a 24-hour day. There's an average of about 100 signals in a 24-hour day. So there's never a lack of signals. This filters for non-neon times, right? Yeah, Andrew, you like the update? Very cool, right? Really, really cool. So it just makes it, for me, psychologically, time-wise, emotionally, all those things work. For you guys, you can choose whatever you want. I mean, I don't know if astrologer probably isn't up yet, but astrologer, I'm sure, would be doing like 10 trades in a row in the next 20 minutes and just banging away. You could absolutely do that if you really, really want to focus. Or conversely, if you don't want to trade for this high probability, super, super small targets like I do, and you are absolutely comfortable holding for long periods of time, you could come in on the R, right? And just exit on trend change. Just, like in other words, you're coming in over here, put the stop below R, and run it all the way until the slope changes. This is what Dr. D does. He does it really, really well. You could come in over here, like for example, you could have come in on this R over here, the entry over here, which is 423, and you're still in the trade 50 points higher, and it's still going higher, and especially during this time, initial jobless are 226, forecast was 225, so pretty much flat. Still going higher. It might be a 100-point trade for you. Great. If you're that type of trader, if you love these kind of long positional trades, this thing is made for you. So I'm going to put all of these ideas into the dots document so you guys have lots of different ways to scalp and day trade these ideas. But now that we really understand the behavior, oh my God, I'm losing my mind. Not statutory. Fuck. What is it called? Actuarial. Oh my God. The actuarial statistics of how all of this works. We can really craft very, very intelligent and very, very precise entries on all of this, right? Give me a +1 if you understand. Ask me any questions if you don't. I'll explain all of this more and more and more as we go along, right? I'm happy to talk, to talk about this all through. Paulette gets it. Andrew gets it. Who else is here? Come on into the room here. Come hang out with us. So far, guys, I think I'm like 25 in Europe, another 10 here, 35 NASDAQ points, right? And we'll keep going. I mean, it's very viable because I ran the numbers, we talked to Claude all the time. If you kind of just relax but zone in to make 100 NASDAQ points in a day, doing at 5 points a day. So you're talking about 20 20 collections. And that's a lot. That's a lot of points. That's $200 just on a single contract. If you're doing 3 contracts, that's $600. So that's I kind of like that's the mindset that I sort of shoot for. And we'll talk a lot more about it today in coaching. If you guys are interested in coming in and hanging out with me at coaching, here's the link to join. Coaching is every Thursday. So obviously, and of course, the advantage of joining in coaching is you get this indicator permanently and you get the zip indicator. So you're really, really viable, for the duration of the coaching. So come hang out with me there. Also, I just talked about jobless claims and stuff like that. The single most important thing that we're coming out with right now is this really, really cool product called Market Trap, which basically serves as your daily, twice a day market intel brief. And I'm happy to show this to you, actually. And I'll kind of run you through it. But if you want early access to this thing, please sign up. Just all you got to do, you put your name on the on this link. You put your name into the early wait list, and then we're going to be able to. You'll be the first one to get it. It is a super, super cool website, email, Telegram channel, and Discord channel that we created. All of it running the latest market intel, so that you know exactly what's coming up. If you wanna see what it looks like, I'll show you. This is what it looks like in email form. This is actually the evening brief. So let me show you the latest one, because it comes in at 5 p.m., 1700 hours New York and 700 hours New York. So this is the latest one, right? Let's do my little boomer thing. It's just, you see, morning brief, says, "Good morning, Boris." See, I personalize everything for you. Tells you the key headline, all of the major indices, the 10-year S&P, where the crude is, what the geopolitical news is. Here's the geopolitical news on the framework. The key the stocks that are trading high. I mean, obviously SpaceX is the big story. Tells you all the levels, like where the S&P is, where NASDAQ is relative to its all-time highs. You can see that both NASDAQ and S&P are within, stone's throw of their all-time highs. Gold is well off. Oil is well off. And 10-year, actually, after yesterday, look at this. It's fucking dangerously getting close to the 5% level. That's something you need to know. Risk meter has improved a lot. It was actually 33 yesterday. Now it's back up to 68. So it's pretty constructive right now. Tells you the overnight action in Asia, in Fed, and the global calendar today. Everything on the plate. Now, that's what comes into your email desk, and the same kind of a variation comes into Discord and Telegram. So if you want to do this mobile, that's fine. But if you wanted to get the full, the full access, you would have. I wonder if I'm on. Huh? Hang on a second. I wonder if I'm on. I may not have put myself on this thing. Hang on a second. Is this going to give me a brief? No, it's not. I did not put myself on. So I can't demo this for you right now, but I will tomorrow. I actually I forgot to put myself on as a buyer. So like if you don't have access to it, you won't be able to get it. But like once you have access, it's just a single one time login, and then it's gonna be able to log in beautifully into the whole thing. So sorry, tomorrow I'll show you the whole thing in full force. But anyways, the Market Trap is awesome. Go out there, go get it. You'll have a great time with it. Okay. Another tool there's a couple of other tools that I made for you guys that I'm going to share with you. Look what we got here. So this is a sort of interesting structure here. 835. We had a small red dip and a switch back up to a green regime with a neon candle. That's a little bit of a stretch for me, but legitimate enough that I really want to take this trade. I mean, the worst that happens, I get tagged out. I'm not going to cry about it. But I want to come into this trade because I'm going to believe that this green regime will stay in place for another 3 or 4 minutes. And if this thing comes back down, I actually want to be a buyer of this. to blend myself out into a better price, right? So we'll see if I can resolve this trade. The only hesitation I have, but I'm taking the risk, is that this has really not a massive switch from one regime to another, and you kind of want to have a pause. So maybe the only danger here is that I bought the top of the move, but I'm going to stay. Obviously, I'm staying patient until one of the two things happens: either my emergency stop gets out, or the trend changes. The regime changes colors. But so far, the regime is staying, and so far it's positive. And you know what I'm going to do? I'm just going to take it early because I kind of mistimed it, and I really was hoping to go further, but I'm sure it will go again. So you see what I'm doing here? I'm not betting on any particular setup. I'm betting on a set of conditions that are going to be conducive to my long, right? Which, by the way, still would have hit my full target. I mean, I came in at 83 and it went all the way, 80, 88. It went almost to my target over here on the move. But as I said, this was a little more problematic because this wasn't a turn from a significant sell-off. This was a turn. This was kind of like a pause and a turn, which very often can be a big resist level, right? Like we could be turning down now. So, I made the best out of this thing, but it wasn't the ideal situation. The great trades, the easy trades are the switches, just the switches. And just make those switches every 10, 15 minutes within that structure, and you are good to go. I'm using just 5 point. I'm scalping for 5 points. Every one of my trades is a 5 point trade, right? And the stops, I have like an emergency stop of 20, but obviously if this thing were going to turn red, I would have gotten out earlier. But the general idea is I'm basically betting on the fact, and there's a couple of things that I'm doing here that you'll see. For example, let's say I was here, right? And just for argument's sake, this candle closed over here, but the trend stayed green. I would get long here on the assumption that there will be a bounce back, right? Now, sometimes you're absolutely wrong. Sometimes you're going to eat those two positions, and you're going to have to start all over again. That's the nature of the beast. You're going to, like, 10% of the trades are going to go against you. They're going to cost you money, but 9 out of 10 trades are going to resolve your way. And as long as you kind of stay disciplined to the first break, to the 5 point target, to letting the prices flow, it's a really, really easy scalp. Really easy scalp to do. Even this trade right now still survives because the slope stays green. There's nothing, there's no counter trend movement, although it's clearly starting to die out. And that's exactly what I was concerned about when you're looking at this trade from the perspective of context. The point is you want it to be the first break after some sell-off, like after the sellers have had their fill, not kind of like the last dip and buy move here, where it's not going to be nearly as productive. I think we mitigated the sell area, right? We went through the mitigation. So what I gave you, like, from a long perspective, from a longer term trading perspective, 2 ideas. You buy the R and you kind of get out on the slope changes. So if you bought the R here at 23, 22, the slope change was at 61. So that is a 40 point move of very, very smooth trades, right? Another way of looking at it is you can trade R to the ICT order block. In this case, this is a very, very short trade. You're trading this R to this ICT order block, and maybe if you're feeling super confident in your short, you may be willing to take it to this ICT order block. But this, the movements, the reversal to the support level, the reversal to the resistance level are very, very common travel paths during the day. And you can really see it on the indicator quite well, right? Everybody seeing what I'm showing you? Everybody vibing the trade? Um, and we managed to recover. There's obviously notice that there is no um, red neon, so there was there was no false trip into a short trade for me. And it was coming back to 30,500. London high is right over here. They want to try. Clearly, they want to run the London high here. So let's see. Let's see how it goes. Let's see if we can make that trade. Newbies, who's newbies over here? I saw a few of you. Give me a thumbs up if you understand what we're trying to do here. English says he's a buyer. The key insight that I had, guys, and this was really the function of oh my God, holy shit, a bird just like totally flew into the house. Was the retrace triangles, the scalp triangles. I realized that trend is not a kind of a monolithic move. It's one step forward, two steps backwards. And in those two steps backwards, you have some of the best opportunities for profit. Like if you, just for argument's sake, you're a buyer here because maybe it goes up, but then you're a buyer here on a blended price because you have confidence. Just, bear with me that this is going to be true. It may not be, but because you have confidence that it's going to still stay up. And when you have this blended price, then the break even is here. Now you're fully profitable, and at the entry level, now you're fully profitable in your position. That's the insight that I had. That the trade isn't necessarily for the breakout. The trade is to be in good value proposition within the green movement, and then you have a really strong chance for the P&L. That was kind of an interesting nuance, and that was a result of kind of looking at the triangles and understanding how the retrace trade worked and all those things, and modifying the approach, because our prior approach was just pure momentum, right? But in real life and in the markets, there's rarely pure momentum. There's momentum and counter momentum, and as long as you're on the right side of the overall momentum, you're actually able to capture better opportunities doing it this way. So we're rolling over in front of the London highs here, a slope turning red. Nothing, nothing even indicative for us. We would need like a deep neon red candle for us to get engaged, or the price to stabilize and begin to re-rally, take out London highs. Nothing is happening. So the coolest thing you notice, by the way, for the last, like 8-9 minutes, and if you discounted this, because let's say you thought this was a not a true fresh trend, you wouldn't have had any trades here from 8:26 to 8:46, 20 minutes of bullshit non-movement, and you really ignored it because you didn't have any neons to kind of guide you. The neon breakout, not in and of itself, but as a forecaster of future positive movement or negative movement, depending on what color the neon is such a good, clean indicator that beats anything else because it's real time in the moment candle versus any kind of an average or any kind of a smoothing mechanism that basically hides the most immediate price action, right? So hopefully you guys like that. I certainly like it because it just makes my life a lot easier. It seems like you cleaner moves trading neon candles. This is alignment with the reversal signals. Sorry, I don't quite understand. Break up your comment a little bit. Do you water trader? Because I'm not quite sure what you mean. Michael says trying to work and listen is confusing as fuck. Will you have a doc explaining this? Yes, I'm going to. Obviously, yeah, Michael. I'm going to put this all um, into an HTML doc, which I'm going to update the dots doc with all of these ideas and explain them in full detail. Yes, absolutely. Just it'll take a little while, and I'll probably make a couple of YouTube strategy videos on this to help you out. So, what time in New York is coaching? It's 7 p.m. New York. So what is that? Wherever you are, it's probably pretty late for you. GMT +1 or GMT +3. Holy shit! It's like middle of the night for you, unfortunately. It's all recorded though. Ah, fuck! I missed the trade, guys. Sorry. See that? That was a trade. I'm sorry. Even with this attempt, I sometimes miss my trades. But this was we had a red slice neon trade. Boom. That would have been a nice clean move. Okay. No biggie. We'll take the next one. Yeah. So it's really late, but it's all everything is archived in a video, so you can watch it on demand afterwards. So sorry, I missed the move because I was talking, which happens all the time. But it's going to happen a lot less because I'm not as gung ho with this approach. So what was the story here? We had a red slope. We had the neon green getting long on here, 88. It was like 5 seconds and we were done. By the way, so one app, you guys know that Apex is the OG. We love Apex. They are like our original sponsor. I trade the vast majority of my accounts on Apex. Love them or hate them. The one thing I love about them is none of this fucking bullshit of like, oh, you got to hold the trade for 2 minutes. Of all the rules that prop firms make up to basically, create bogus shit, that's the one rule. Like, if you have that rule, I don't trade. I don't trade with you. Lots of people, like Dr. D, could trade with you. If you're a long-term positional trader, be my guest. But if you're a scalper, that is the most bullshit rule. I was looking at my trade resolutions. They were like 7 seconds, 9 seconds, 10 seconds. That's the perfect trade for me. Make $50 in 10 seconds. That's what you want to do. So just one of many reasons to want to trade Apex, but obviously, let me just show you. They're still running their $85 trades, right? $85 for 5 accounts, right here. Where am I? $85 for 5 packs. This is the trade that I have. I still have like three eval accounts, which I'm just kind of holding back. I haven't traded the eval accounts. They're on wealth charts. We'll trade the wealth charts a little bit later. By the way, everybody, wealth charts, July, the wealth chart summit coming up. I'm going to be there. We're going to talk a lot about all of this new, using actuarial data, using data science to come up with strategies, not setups, but strategies out of which you can then manufacture your own setups. But this is awesome. Five accounts for $85. Just use BK Save. Go out there, get the Apexes. And I'll trade them with you. Love them for that. Mm-hmm. Michael, it's easier for me to show it than for me to kind of explain it. It's just basically a pattern sequence that shows up over and over and over again, and that when you put into play, you see that generally it's really, really accurate. I mean, when I'm doing this right, I should be 9 out of 10. So a little bit quiet. we did float all the way up to 3,500. Took out the look at London session high at 3,506. Obviously, took out the round number. Now we see how we consolidate. Whether this is a consolidation or whether they want to try to reverse it back down to maybe Tokyo high, which is right over here. That's another aspect of the indicator, which I forgot to mention, is that we obviously have the session anchors. They're very, very useful as targets or support levels when we're trading. And they're all coming in there basically as decision support. These are all elements there to help you decide in the heat of the battle what makes the most sense at that particular moment. So I hope you guys like it. Good morning, good morning, good morning, everybody crawling into the room. I will at 9:00 repeat the setup that I'm doing, and then I'm also going to show you a very, very couple of really cool tools that I made before the market opened. When we're not going to be doing any trades, anyways. That hopefully you guys are all free. These are all 100% free from our friends at Prop Trader Edge, which Kathy leads, and it's really some really, really useful stuff. And people already are already asking me for upgrades on those tools. So being a pain in the ass, I'll definitely make it. 1 week a month, you go to the office at 7 a.m. and work at 8:30 Central, so you can focus better. Nice. Okay. I'm actually curious. It's a good question. We're a little bit quiet now. Let's do a YouTube poll here. The thing I love about Jersey is I have like this beautiful. I have so much fucking room at Jersey, right? Literally, I think I have 5.5 times the room at Jersey than I do in my New York City apartment. So I have like this L-shaped, like a big ass L-shaped a desk in my office, and I just have so much space. It's so nice, Whereas like in New York, I'm like balancing shit on an espresso cup because I don't have any space on my desk. Anyways, let's do a YouTube poll. Okay, here's what I want to know. How do I want to phrase this? What I want to know is who's working and who's retired in this. It's basically a question of like, what is your time like? So choose one. Are you working? Or are you retired in the poll? I'm just really, really curious. Let me know. Please vote. I just posted it up in YouTube. Let me know where you're at. So we're really crawling nicely up, right? That trade that we missed was just this easy slam dunk. I'm just really not chasing. Like I said, yesterday I was trading every single dot, and you could do that, and it's very, very exciting. But it's also incredibly, I find it destabilizing because you just get into a rhythm of doing like 300 trades in a day. And unless that's all you're doing, unless that's the one focus you have, and on rare days when I could do that, I would do it. But I have Kate yelling in my ear every 5 fucking seconds. I have a marketing guy who wants to do this. Clients want to do this. If you are disrupted by real life and you're not 1,000% focused, I find this kind of like, hey, let me just take one trade, pace out, a much, much better mental, physical approach to trading. So that's what I'm trying to do right now, basically. Um, but I could go crazy. I could go degenerate. I have not gone degenerate with you guys, but I could go degenerate. Where's astrology? Astrology, are you in the room yet? Come on. Where's my West Coast people? They're all just waking up. Let's go. 6 o'clock on the West Coast. Time to get to business. Yeah, my time is not my own. And that's actually that's the thing you need to realize. Like, to truly scalp, you need to have it. Like, if you have all the time in the world to play golf like my dad does, then you have all the time in the world to scalp. If you have other shit you got to do, you can't do it. You can't play golf every day. That's kind of a thing. Look at that. London session highs, big, big breakout. Market really loving whatever the fuck happened yesterday, which I don't understand. But, we started 10-year almost at 11 basis points off the 5%, but the market doesn't give a shit. Really interesting. I think I really feel like I've long ago stopped trying to figure out the fundamental driver of why things work. I just want to be informed of it so that I know, I understand the texture. But, I find the whole thing befuddling. You would think, unless the market I have a feeling, how everything Trump says is not what he means. Even if he has a long-term plan, but he'll change his mind 10 times to Sunday before we get to whatever target he has, and he will piss off everybody on every side because he'll say one thing 1 minute, say another. Who is it? Somebody said that you can't take him literally, but you got to take him seriously. I think Peter Thiel said that. It's probably the single greatest insight into understanding how this presidency works. The problem is all of us take him literally. Because that's how normal human beings behave. They're normal human beings. They say something, they actually mean it. He just fucking means it for a second, right? So now I think everybody is just in this despondent view of oh my God, we gave up shit to Iran and so on and so forth. But my view is that this is kind of a long-term con with him. And he's just basically watching to see if these fuckers will cooperate. And if they don't cooperate, he's still got the ships, he's still got the bombs. He's going to go after them. That's when he's going to go take out Carg Island. So I never really, and maybe the market is seeing that U.S. still, remains militarily more in control than it appears to be. Who knows? But I really think that that's a good way of trying to understand the presidency. You never take him literally, but you take him seriously. And his long-term plan, he's always been saying, was to make sure Iran does not have nuclear weapons, and we'll see. We'll see if that's going to be the target. But I think the other long-term plan, honestly, is that U.S. remains the dominant energy producer. I was actually talking to my wife yesterday, who's, of course, completely on the opposite side of the political spectrum from me because she's a woman. No, it's not true, because it's actually some really good conservative women too. But I was trying to explain to her that, just suspend all the politics. What I think is really interesting, and I've seen a lot of people make this argument just from a real politic point of view. As long as we remain and if you think about what happened with the Iran war here, the people who got hurt the most, even though they're not really saying it, is Europeans and the Chinese. And what that means in basic essence is that because we are energy independent and because we have so much production, internal production, and that we're actually energy exporter, we remain the dominant energy control, which means that we gotta trade. This is a red slope, red candle, red neon candle. So legit change of pace. Let's see if it holds, and we'll try to trade this. But the bottom line is, what does that all mean? It means that we get to print dollars. It's really all about seigniorage. If everything is traded in dollars, the whole world needs dollars. We get the right to print dollars in perpetuity. That gives us the right to basically create our own economy. That's the whole point. That's the trade, politically, in my opinion. See if I'm right, but That's kind of how I think the whole thing is playing out, and that's what Trump is playing for. All right, I'll take this right now because we're just getting it actually gets done. We actually get done for the full 5, but I took 4. Fine. Trade works again. Like I said, it should be a 90% trade in terms of getting you the scalp. Anybody take the trade with me? Michael McGee says he works off the theory that nobody said you have to be the same person you were 5 minutes ago. Yeah, that's probably true. Like the funniest thing is I'm a huge geek, so I like read everything about physics. And one of the craziest sort of non-intuitive things about quantum mechanics is that nothing is definitive. Nothing actually exists in a precise space, time and space. And Trump to me is like the definition of a quantum molecule or quantum particle. He literally changes shape and form, every second of every hour, every day. By the way, look at this move here. Much bigger move than this. And obviously, look at this. The neon candle gave us the clue. That's the key. Good job, Cheryl. Good job, Tammy. Good job, Miguel. Sanity. Good job. Everybody in the room took it. Good for you. I'm sure you guys milked it for more than I did. And now we're getting a sell block. So now it's starting to now the R trade obviously starts to develop into a possible trade towards the Tokyo high, right? Somewhere around here, and see if maybe it eventually trades that way. So yeah, I think the great thing about the indicator is how many variations of trading possibilities it can offer you here. Hey, Gloria, how are you? All right, more people coming in. So far, every trade we did, not as many as I wanted to. We had 1, 2, 3. We should have had 4 trades so far, but every one of them resolved. That's the key. That's what I really want to make the stream like a very high probability stream instead of high intensity stream. You guys can go nuts. I'll try to be judicious. Oh, let's see how the poll is doing. Oh, this is interesting. It's slightly leading on the retired. Nice. So everybody who's retired, your time is your own. So you guys can degenerate all you want. And everybody who's working, I think the model that I'm employing is probably the better model for you. One slice at a time. Yeah, one slice at a time. Hang on. This is what we need. Hang on. Let me. This is the slice that you want. Hold on. Let me find this. This is my. Oh my God! This is the best thing ever. Hang on. I noticed, by the way, like all the Europeans are coming to America, and they're all. Where is this? Yeah, there we go. Okay, this is not. I'm going to show you. This is funny. Let's see. Hang on a second. I wonder if I could do this over here. Yeah. You know what this is? This is a place near Columbia University, Morningside Heights, where I went to school, called Coronet Pizza. And for like 50 years, they've had the biggest slice in New York City. I don't like the pepperoni. Like, I'm not a pepperoni fan. So, but this is just a picture of the pepperoni. But this is what this thing looks like. So when we're talking slice, that's what we're talking about. One of these big slices. Look at this slice. It's literally like 2 times the slice of a regular pizza. It's crazy. Like their pie, you know how like you have the paddles for the pizza pies. Their paddles are like 3 yards in diameter. I've never seen bigger paddles in my life. But anyways, it just made me remind, when I started talking about the slices of trend, it's the coronet slice that we all want. And if you're ever in New York and you, it's not the best pizza by any means of imagination, but it is the best experience in the sense that like just eating that massive slice of pizza is an unforgettable experience. And God knows how many times 2 o'clock in the morning we used to eat those things when I was in college. But really worth fun. Really worth trekking over to Morningside Heights, 110th Street and Broadway for this. It's one of those only New Yorkers know experiences that you guys could enjoy. Good morning, everybody. We're relatively quiet, starting to turn back up. Got about 5 minutes before I'm kind of going to shut down. 5 minutes, and then I'm going to show you a couple of really cool tools and everything else that we did at Prop Trader Edge that you'll find pretty useful, I think. Good morning. So we traded down the down move here, the up move here, the up move here. Missed the up move here because I was yapping, and the down move here. So pretty much hitting every single shot. And if I was focused, would have one more trade to go. But so if you're talking about like 1, 2, 3, 4, I think it was 5 trades in the last hour. We hit 4 of them. So now you have like 20 NASDAQ points. I could have had 25 NASDAQ points. Temtem, how are you, man? Coaching tonight. For those of you guys who are interested, let me put the coaching link again. Market slowing down a little bit here. No trades for us. It's actually a good time. Since it's kind of slow, we'll take the next 10, 15 minutes to showcase a couple of tools that I wanted to share with you. These are all free. And then also, I'll repeat the strategy again for those everybody who came in old. Meantime, be sure to get our friends at Apex's accounts, 5 accounts for $85. Not 1, not 2, 5. 5 fucking accounts for $85 with BK Save code. So go out there, go crazy. I'm holding like 3 of them back in my pocket, probably for next week for doing a little bit of live trading, news trading. But we'll do some other stuff as well. So go get them, and we'll have a good time with them. All right. Oh, here's what I wanted to show you. So everybody go to Prop Trader Edge with me. Prop Trader Edge. Go to the website and go over here to free tools, right? This is Kathy's baby. She kind of runs the website. I help her out with it. And on the website, we have 3 key tools that are super, super useful and valuable for you to kind of consider. They're all free. The Trade Analyzer is the basic one. If you're paying $600-900 a year, whatever the fuck you're paying to TradeZilla, stop. Just stop, because you don't need to do any of it. You could literally, I'm going to show you with the fake data. download your data in Trade-of-8, Wealth Charts, or MetaTrader. This is the other cool thing. It works with any one of these things. You don't have to tell it what it is. Just drop the file. It's smart enough to know what file you're giving it. Just export out of Wealth Charts, export out of Trade-of-8, export out of MetaTrader, and drop it. And all of your trades will be very cleanly analyzed. And all of your trades will go through a really much better analysis than you have in TradeZilla. First of all, you have the calendar analysis every single day, what you did, how what your P&L were, all of that kind of stuff. Then by the hour, it will tell you what you did hour by hour, your best hours, your worst hours. You can sort them up and down, best P&L, worst P&L, hour up, hour down. Gives you all sorts of granularity. Then it will show you your trading patterns, how you're trading by the week, by the day of the week, how many green days you've had, how many red days you've had, what's your best, what's your worst day, what's your P&L by position size. This is super interesting. Where are you making the most money between a couple of contracts or a lot of contracts, right? Then it'll do a whole behavioral analytics thing. It'll tell you how many winning streaks, losing streaks you have on, and most importantly, where are you trading? Are you like a big R trader, meaning that you're willing to lose a lot but win a lot? Or are you an even R trader or even a negative R trader? Because it will take all of your trades and it will show you, like with me, if you took all my trades, I'm literally one R trader. I'm like right there, maybe a little bit underneath it. I'm not a big reward trader, but I'm a pretty consistent R trader. Then it'll even tell you, if you've done revenge trading, how that's been successful. For me, actually, revenge trading is pretty successful, as I said. And then, best trade, worst trade. You can look at everything by account. You can see all your trades by account, which is, if you guys know MetaTrader, it's a nightmare to do this. This makes it so much easier. And then all of your performance metrics, everything that you need to know. And then if you want, you can just download the whole thing in a PDF. So super easy. It's a trade analyzer. I'm just going to put the link in here for you guys to enjoy. Go to Prop Trader Edge and give it a shot. I'm actually curious. Ooh, what did I just do here? Excuse me. There we go. The other tool that I want to show you today is the video summarizer. I think I've showed this to you guys yesterday, but again, you cannot, I think, appreciate this enough. We did this in London with what the fuck was it that we did? Which strategy? Oh, order flow. It was somebody did order flow trading, right? Why don't we do the same thing in New York? You guys pick a subject, a trading subject that you want to learn about. Candlesticks, ICT, scalping, whatever. Give me a name, and we're gonna go Google. We're gonna Google it on YouTube. We're going to search it on YouTube. I guess Google it on YouTube. We're going to find the most popular trading videos on that, and then I'm going to show you what you can do with it. Go ahead, give me a couple of subject matters. Footprint. Oh, okay, that's a good one. English is doing footprint. So we're going to do footprint trading. This is actually not footprint massage. Footprint trading. Okay, let's just do footprint trading. I wonder if Sam has a thing on there. So I'm just looking to figure out which one I want to take. They're all pretty wild. Let's take, I don't know, how much is, this is 42 videos. We're not going to do that. But yeah, let's do this one. No, I don't like this one. I hate these little character videos. Let's do this one. Footprint charts, right? 205,000 views. So I'm going to click on this and just stop it. We don't need to watch it. How long is this video? I think this video is like 14 minutes long, right? It's 14 minutes of your life that you don't need to spend with this. All we're going to do is we're going to just put that URL in here and say, get my notes. And it's going to message you and say, hey, I'm going through all of this. I'm doing the analysis. I'm taking the stuff. And while it's doing that, let's go back to the charts. We can have a good time with the charts. And shit, we actually had a trade here, I think, but it's 9:15, so I'm not going to take it. But we had a nice another clean setup. So we had a sell setup over here that worked beautifully, and now we had a buy setup where you had the neon candle and he broke out. You see, the neon candles, as I told you, we make money. We cannot lose money if the market does oops, wrong one. We cannot lose money if the market does this. Oh, why can I do this? Brush. Right. If the market is doing this, there's zero chance we can lose money because we're always positioned on the angle, on the reversal angle. And as long as we get this up-down movement, we just can't lose money. Unfortunately, that's not how the market trades a lot of times. The market will trade very often like this, right? Like this. And here we get decimated. And so the defense against this kind of a thing is the neon candle. Oops. Or whatever else this may be. That's our defense. And that works really, really well on the charts, right? Now, let's go to the video summarizer. Look at this. While I was talking to you, look what this whole thing did. First of all, the video now is embedded in our page, so we can actually watch it anytime we want. Now, the whole thing is summarized for us, and we can see the key concept, and everything is timestamped. So if I click on this, it will actually take me to the print. So 3 footprint styles: bid-ask footprint, delta footprint, volume footprint. If I want to learn about this, like what the hell these 3 styles are, I can click on this. It takes me right there to this thing. This is actually looks like a really good video because it really, really goes through all of the details here. And of course, you can just simply take each particular item and idea and watch it at your leisure at a time. You have 2 strategies here that he's mentioned, which is kind of interesting. Actually, 4 strategies, actionable takeaways is taking all the notes, and then all these important timestamps. So you could come back to this and watch it. Now, the final thing that's really, really cool is that you can download all of these notes into your own personal PDF and just simply download it. Do you want to see what that looks like? 4 hours versus 1 hour versus 15 minutes versus 1 minute. Right, exactly. Like I actually really, it was an English. Thank you for suggesting that. I'm going to watch this video. I'm actually going to save this. I want to save this because, Sam obviously trades footprints techniques all the time. And I really want to get much more familiar with this. So it takes a little while because this is a very, it's quite a lot of information. So you got to give it a little bit of time to process, but it's going to formulate a PDF of this whole thing. I'll show you what this looks like. And eventually it will save it. This might be like a really big PDF, so we'll give it a second. It's got to give it a second. You can take a look at the charts in the meantime. Nice scalp triangle here, maybe possible here. We'll see. There it is. So this took a really, oh my God, 8.5 megabit file. It's a really, really big megabit file, which means there's a lot of information here. So you guys want to see what that looks like? If I click on this, see, it basically summarizes all of the stuff that you want in here in PDF format. And you have all your notes and all your timestamps and everything else, like beautifully done, right? All your notes. I think this is like, Jesus Christ. How many notes? How many days? It's like 8 pages. 8 pages worth of stuff, right? So now you have like this whole reference material just completely designed for you. It works really beautiful. Now, you don't always get the perfect page breaks. Software is always going to be a little bit imperfect, but really, for a tool that is just so intelligent, I think it's amazing. And now you have that whole the whole structure, right? Now the other thing that I was going to um, say is what's really really cool is once you once you've had this process, right? Once you've had it processed, if you come back to the website, let's come back to the website. Let me just hang on a second. Here's the other cool thing. It's going to sit in a database. So let's come back to the website. Let's go free video summarizer, right? Nice and clean, nothing there, right? So now I still have that YouTube link. Watch what happens. I click this, get my notes, boom, instant, right? Because now it's not in your browser cache, it's in my database cache, and it's serving you up. So it will save up to 25 videos a day for you like this, and you can have them in your cache and you can review them. So I think a really really cool tool for anybody who's interested in trading. That site is Prop Trader Edge. It's Prop Trader Edge. I'll give you the direct link to the video summarizer, so you don't even have to go. You can just go straight to the video summarizer right here. Please feel free to share this with anybody who's in the trading community. That's what it's there for. We're creating content for anybody who's in the trading community to help them learn, be better traders, and just simply save time. Oh, it's great. I'm glad you like it. Miguel says, Miguel, you're using it actually on my lives. See, you're like the second person that told me they're using it on my. It was never designed for lives. It was designed for fixed video formats. But it's cool. I'm really glad. I'm glad it's working even on my lives, and it's able to summarize my lives. That's awesome. That's really really great. Yeah, if you're watching Kathy's, Kathy's trades or Kathy's videos, you can summarize them and come back and listen to them. It's a very very good learning, and it's also great. Miguel is sitting in Barcelona, and by this time I'm sure he's used to my English. But if English is not your native language, this is so much easier to learn and understand because any time something that's not your native language, it's much easier to read it than to watch it. All right, we're 5 minutes to the open. Let's see where things stand. Nice big buy slice, coronet type of slice. Thank you, Miguel. I'm glad it really works for you. I'm glad. SR, I see that you're in Bahrain and you can't get the Apex. Okay, we'll try to find you a different solution. Look at this, 560 on the moose here. Five minutes to the open, right? Big moves. Market just taking out highs. We actually had we had another one of our partners. Let me just look this up off screen. Just 1 second. Okay, a lot of countries. Why is Bahrain on everybody's list? What's wrong with you guys? No, they don't allow Bahrain either. Huh. I mean, it's such a. Oh no, they do. I take it back. I can't fucking read. Oh, so yeah, I think we're gonna be able to set you up with a prop shop trader account. Okay, instead of Apex. So fear not, I will get you a prop shop trader account. Center of conflict. Yeah, I know, but like so is UAE. Big fucking deal. You're not part of it. You're like a drive-by shooting over there. I bet you guys are happy that the shooting has stopped, huh? That must have been a nightmare for you guys. Um, yeah. So no, well, don't worry. Sanity will email me back. Actually, don't worry about it. I have your email. I just marked it. I'll try to find you a prop shop account, and you can use that. Look at this move. Now, of course, the day that I decide I'm going to be the calm, stoic, I'm going to take one trade per slice type of trader, we literally have 25 positive trades in a row. If it just went hog wild. But I welcome you guys. I welcome you guys to go hog wild on this and trade crazy, because all of these trades, basically, if you sort of, what I was trying to explain to you is you're in a green regime condition, and it doesn't matter if the trade is up or down on an individual candle, you will win on the overall position. That's kind of, by the way, actually what HFT does. They never look at any discrete moment in time. They look at an aggregate average, and that's where their bet is. That's why I don't. Here's a here's a question for tomorrow. You can answer this tomorrow. What is the average size of volume size of a transaction of an HFT shop like Citadel or Virtu? Like how big this is for stocks. We're talking about stocks, not futures. Stocks. Yeah, drive-by shooting. It's right, English. All right, what time is it? We are 24 seconds, 23 seconds, 20 seconds away from the open. Let's see how much of a pump and dump we're going to do here. So London high to the high, ICT order block above, buy block below. I think both go. And New York, I think New York. I think we create a pretty big range here on the open, and then we'll see what happens. Small dip. Try to take out the order block over here would make sense. Call that mitigation. I really find like most ICT terms retarded. Like so opening candle, not horrendously big, but that means nothing. 55 to about 60, 70 points. Not small, but you're not having like the 150, 200 point opening candle. Ben, are you in the room? I had a thought here. Let me know if you're around. So we're opening candle is basically 75 points wide, 55 to 15, 40, 45, 60 points wide. Sorry. It looks like we're gonna try to bust the order block here. So I was just thinking like, how we talk about using the opening candle as a possible one and done trade. Like I mean, it's hard to figure it out, but like something like if the opening candle is strong, the secondary candle, you wait, you get the first minute candle out of the way, and then you assume continuity. Because like, just for example, in here, if you assume continuity is 574 Obviously, all the way down to like five. What was this? 574 to 545. So 30 points, which is exactly all you need to get to get funded, kind of a thing. So it's not a glamorous and perhaps not even a terribly viable idea, but it's kind of interesting to sort of take the second candle after the first and bet on the fact that there's going to be like 30, 35 points of continuous motion, and you get funded on that. Sort of a variation of the news channel. But today, honestly, guys, it's not that much volatility. Given the fact that they ran this up more than 150 points beforehand, the actual resolution here in the first 4 or 5 minutes is very, very tepid, very small. Negative slope, kind of pushing towards that ICT order block, but we don't have a neon red candle here. We do have a red dot, but not a neon red candle. So we're waiting patiently to see if this indeed is going to be a directional move. And of course, the first 15 minutes of the market, notoriously the worst. Like whatever signal they're giving, it's almost always a kind of a false signal half the time anyways. So be mindful of this. I just switched myself to another account because I already made my target in the first account. So I don't need to lose it back on the first candle. If I get in trouble on this one, I'll take it in this new account. 25 seconds left. The game plan here, we mitigate the order block. 10, 11 seconds left. This is a really, really wide candle. Holy shit. It's almost not worth it. It's so wide. Did it get done? Yeah, I think I got done. I was so fast that I think I went short in. Let me see. Did I get done? Yep, we got done. That was a super fast move. It was so fast that when I clicked it, it actually TP'd me right away, right? But that was a here. Let me show you this on the. Why is this not showing? Huh. Sometimes TradingView is actually very late in updating the charts, but I did go short here and short there. 84. Yeah, I mean, I went short this trade on a very, very large candle move. And now, remember I said to you, now we go from London high to Tokyo high. So those of you who love to play cash the bottom, this might be a quick little scalp to the upside. Yes, it is. Joji Kita, where are you from, my friend? Yeah, VWAP, Tokyo high. Do we get a chance to bounce here? So the trade here, if you got the balls, 6, 7 seconds left, is you hold until the candle closes, 2 seconds, and you're a buyer here. You're literally a buyer at 22. Does it bounce back, or is it going to eat you up? It looks like it's going to, and you need like a pretty big stop here. But let's imagine here, look at this, 42. So you got a 20 point bounce on this move if you traded this on a fade basis. This is something that a lot of guys in the room do, and you can see how you can do that with the indicator at your, because everything is at your fingertips. You know exactly what's happening, so you can contextually put that up. Oh, domo arigato. Moshimashite. Where are you in Japan now? Are you watching us from Japan? Nice to have you. Or are you in America? I was saying to the chat yesterday at how American fans are freaking out about the hospitality of the Japanese. Like the Japanese fans come to the World Cup games and clean up the stadium afterwards, which is so unfathomable to the Western mind. Oh, you're in Ohio. Oh, Michael's in Ohio. Oh. Yep. So yeah, it was like really, really funny to the Japanese fans come to Giant Stadium, which is literally like 15 minutes away from me in Jersey, and clean up the whole stadium after the game, which is just amazing. Ah, okay. Japan is definitely on my bucket list of one of the few. I've been to Japan 3 times, never out of Morita Airport, just like literally stuck in the airport every time. So one of these days, I'm actually going to deplane and go to Tokyo. So pretty clean, easy sell off, right? Oh, I know what I wanted to do. Oh, guys, okay. So that's another modification. Shit, I totally forgot the volatility modification. So all of these things in my in my head. So when I'm trading London and Asia, I'm trading just 5 scalp. I'm just trading 5 scalp. Once we turn to America and the ATR goes into the 20s, we're trading 10 scalp. So if I'm trading 10 scalp, first of all, you reduce the size, right? Which I should do. Should stop fucking around with the size. May even just go 1. Maybe I'll just go 1. And expand the brackets. So if I was 520, now I've got to be 1040. Because then I actually would have been completely comfortable taking this trade because I had enough space to absorb negative volatility against me. I totally forgot about this. Yeah. So North America session, you double your volatility parameters because your actual volatility doubles. So that's the real-time market. And you do that. Yeah, Kathy's been to China 1,000 times. I've been to also Beijing Airport once. I was actually very impressed at the level of just societal respect in Beijing Airport. I was going to the Middle East, I think, somewhere, in a transition of planes, and of course the plane was late, and there's like this massive line, and the lady looks at my thing and she just shakes her head and goes, "Oh, you're probably going to be late," it's just shaking your head, and I go, "Do you mind if I cut in?" And she said, "No, it's okay," and I just literally went ahead to everybody in that line, and I said, "I'm so sorry, my plane is leaving in 10 minutes. Can I cut in?" And people were just so gracious, and I actually literally ran onto the plane as they were closing the door. But I was very impressed with that. Actually, no. English, Japan used to be expensive. Japan is dirt cheap now. Dirt cheap. You're kind of still stuck in the 80s, man. Japan is dirt cheap relative to everywhere else because the yen is so weak, and they haven't raised their prices in 50 years. So like a bowl of ramen in Japan is $10, which is a joke. But definitely want to go. Definitely want to go to Tokyo. Definitely want to go to Kyoto. My daughter wants to hit every 7-Eleven in Japan because she watches all those videos. So 10 minutes into the open. Oh, shit. And I was yapping and I totally forgot. I got to change my parameters too. Sorry. Let's do this. Okay. Let me show you how. You guys want to know how to create these bracket orders in TradingView? It's very, very simple. I'm going to go to trade. And remember, I just want to double my tick sizes. So it goes to 40. Is 4080, so it's 4160, right? Those are my things. And I just want to go into save. That's all I want to do. Save order. And I just simply go 40 by 160. Let's say call it New York. If I wanted to just do that, save. And then apply it from my drop-down menu. And now I'm properly bracketed out on my trade. It's neither Forex nor options, my friend. We're trading futures, the only product that matters. Where are you from, Vaughn? This is NASDAQ 100, forward month and futures. Trades like a banshee. And that's all we trade. We trade U.S., good old-fashioned USDA prime beef futures. Where are you from, Vaughn? Where are you coming to us from? Atlanta, Georgia. Fuck, you're not, and you don't know that this is futures? I thought you were like, some obscure place in Europe where they've never seen U.S. futures. Yes, we are. I think Gloria, you're in Georgia, right? Oh, you're new to trading. Well, welcome. Let me give you the. I'm putting the link in here. This describes, in pretty serious detail, but not a complete detail because it's going to be updated. The indicator that we trade, the general ideas behind all the stuff that we do, and all the fun stuff that you do. If you're new to trading, there is literally no better place, no better way to start than with my friends at Apex. Because as I was saying earlier, guys, you can buy 5 accounts to just destroy at will if you wanted to for $85 each. Now that's $50,000 each account that you can then experiment with, trade with along with me, learn how to trade, and never, ever, ever put your own money to risk. So I'm a huge proponent of new traders never touching real money until they've traded prop for a year or two. You'll learn, like the worst you'll do is burn $500 in prop. Like if you took, what is that, 5 times 10, 50 accounts to burn, that's a lot of accounts to burn. You still wouldn't even spend $1,000. Whereas if you open up your own account, you'd burn that money in one day, 1 hour. You can burn $10,000 in a week on your own account when you're trading futures. Yeah, sorry. I don't mean to. I'm not jumping at you, Vaughn. That's just the way we talk in New York. But yeah, I mean, you stumble into the right place because, make sure you obviously go to apextrader.com, use BK Save, otherwise you don't get the discount, and get like 5 accounts. Don't even worry about it. Just fucking get them and start start playing around with them. Trade my setup, trade my variation of setups, and you'll get them. That alone will just get you into the platform, into how prices move, into understanding what the market does. All of those things, really, really interesting and really valuable. It actually just made me think about, like, Michael, I was just thinking about this. You know how we had the white paper on auction theory, like a separate web page. What I really gonna do is I'm gonna weave in auction theory and the dots indicator to like give a full philosophical understanding of how price action moves throughout the day, why you need to understand all those things, and how we can take advantage of it by looking at all the stuff that's happening on the charts. It's going to give you. It's, as usual, it's going to start with like a 7-page thing. It's going to end up probably being a 20-page thing, but it'll be really good as a reference source. So kind of scraping the bottom on London lows, Tokyo highs. Where's the New York? Oh, I know what. Sorry. The other thing that I forgot to adjust. Here's the New York highs. New York high, New York lows. So we're at New York lows, actually challenging London lows. Where's the astrologer? Are you in the room today? Astrologer is out. This is his bread and butter trade. He loves to take the London low as soon as they breach it and then reverse it. He gets long with a truck full of contracts. Yeah, right. Right. We need a summarizer for the summarizer, right? Exactly. No, I'm definitely going to make a couple of videos on this. It's really interesting in terms of all the nuances, and I never get a chance to fully explain it during live because I'm always just focused on the move. Okay, we held the VWAP English. We're holding the VWAP. We're holding the New York lows. Can I see a neon? Can a brother get a neon here? Can we get that? If I get a neon candle, we're going to try and play it at New York volatility ratios. Oh, you're just taking everything in? Wow, you're super quiet. Oh my God. I figured you would have been, like drilling it down and drilling it up beforehand. It's like it was like dots from heaven. It was like manna from heaven on the dots, right? Just all goes. Okay, here we go. Neon trade. Let's see if it holds. Let's not all get excited. 48 seconds left. So far, no, which is fine. It's actually doing what I wanted to do, which is running up, running down. It's consolidating. You don't want it to go V-shaped because that's where you're vulnerable to just buying the top on a V-shaped move. Let it consolidate a little bit. Let the bias really hold the bid here for a sec in front of the lows. Let's see if it plays out. 20 seconds left. 22 seconds left. Still no neon. Oh, this isn't going to be neon because it touched the moving average. So we got to be patient for the next one, which is fine. All the better for the trades. $9:50 on the clock. Nothing else on the calendar today. So we're just going to trade order flow. I'm really excited to watch that video on footprint and really familiarize myself with all the nuances of it, so that I don't sound like a complete newbie when Sam starts trading with us. Love to have him on before the end of the month again. I'm going to have the other thing we're going to start doing, guys, is we're going to start having more and more guests who are going to bring their own perspective to how they trade. And very, very excited to I've just been so busy working on all the tools that I haven't had a chance to to schmooze and socialize, but I'm going to bring in all the other, big traders on YouTube to kind of, showcase a lot of their ideas. Come hang out with us. Shoot the shit. Do shots. No, I'm kidding. You guys know, like, I'm the only Russian that doesn't drink, right? I'm the only Russian that can't handle alcohol. Ticket Blaze webinars are really good. Yeah. No, they're really good guys. They're super, I mean, the founder is like a prop trader himself. Like, they're like serious traders. They know what they're doing. 11, 10. I'm waiting to see. I need this candle to stay. Then I'm going to go long here, this thing. 3, 4, 2, 1. All right, let's go long. All right, we're long this trade. Now it's, New York volatility spreads. If this comes back, let's widen out the screen so you guys can actually see it. This candle comes down. I want to blend myself into one more trade here. Add size. Let's see if it wants to do anything here. 30 seconds left. Boom. No need to succeed because I have the need for speed. Done. Okay. I know it's not exciting like when I used to do 1,000 trades a day, but guys, I cannot tell you how much easier this is on me psychologically and mentally just to do one and done and be done, right? And just walk away now. I got to go fucking deal with Kathy and talk to Rob and do all sorts of other shit, talk to our marketing guy. And now I don't have to worry about, just getting myself into a 50,000 trade structure. But you could, triangle, retrace triangle coming down, probably a halfway decent 1040 trade if it holds. We'll see. But I really hope today you saw literally 6 out of 6. There was just zero losers here today. 6 out of 6, 40 NASDAQ points in 2 hours of trade. Could have done more. Could have actually done 50 NASDAQ points of clean net clean points. And that's super good. Wow, big ass reversal. Look at this thing. If I didn't, if I had my druthers, I'm a buyer here. Let's just see, for shits and giggles. I'm a buyer at 63. Does it hit 73? Did we hit 73? I think so. 79. Boom. This was a super easy retrace trade because it was such a massive dump that even at a quarter of a bounce was going to make you money, and it was pretty clear that it was going to bounce off the thing because we're still positive bid above the VWAP, holding Tokyo low. This was a very, very easy sweep to the upside. Now we're probably going to establish a fresh. Now is the real battle. If they start breaking the lows, we're going to look a little bit more negative. I honestly have zero vibe today on where the market goes. It may just simply be just churning for the next couple of hours, but it doesn't matter because the beautiful thing is our structure of just not committing until we have a neon candle really, really filters for as much as possible. Not always, but as much as possible for all that for all that churn. All right, so summarizing for anybody who's new, get the trap. Sign up for the early wait list for the market trap, which is a super, super cool new product. I'm actually going to show it to you tomorrow because I totally forgot that I locked myself out and I gotta put myself on. It's got a pretty good security mechanism so that only those people who subscribe get a chance to have this, and it's going to be very, very cool. So get on the market trap. Enjoy the video summarizer. I'm going to actually study the footprints chart thing, and we'll see what we can learn from that. and get some Apex accounts. Those are my 3 big ideas. And if you want, come join me for coaching today. Here's the coaching link. This gets you all the indicators and everything else, of course, as part of the coaching. So everybody have a wonderful, wonderful day. Thank you. It was a lot of fun trading. Today was a lot calmer. I dropped a lot less. I did yesterday. I think I went apeshit. Like, I think there's a part of the stream where I, like, every other word was the F-bomb for about 5 minutes, right? Look how much calmer I am today at taking one trade at a time. It's like the brand new Zen Boris. All right, guys. Thank you so much, everybody. I'll see everybody tonight for coaching, and then tomorrow London and New York. We finish up the week having a lot of fun. Thank you, guys. Everybody enjoy. I'll see you guys later. Bye bye.